Hello, I'm your man DJ Funk, and welcome to the Funk Cafe. Now, to my 42 subscribers, I must apologize. I know it's been a while. What, 3 weeks? Maybe a month? I lost track. But so much is going on in the world, and I had to pay attention to some stuff. But I'm back. But what brought me back to make this video is one guy. The return of the Mack. Secretary of Funk, Van. Yes, I've been a fan of Van for probably as long as he was doing videos. I watched all his videos, and when he just like poof disappeared, I don't know what the hell happened. But the return of the Mack, he explained. You know, married, had kids, and now the kids are growing up, able to do what they want to do. Van, I've been there. Yes, I've been there. So, understood, my brother, understood. So, your video you did about the Gap Band. The only thing I knew was the name. Was the three streets. And that's how he came up with the name Gap. But the rest of the story, you just blew me away with that. The Tulsa, Oklahoma bombings, and oh my God. And it's so funny. I'm a big fan of the Gap Band. I pretty much got all their stuff. But after watching your video, it made me go dig it out. And I made a comment that I had that album, and I always thought it was a cool cover too. If you saw any of my videos, you see I had it placed back here at one time when I was doing different stuff, and I think I pulled it out and showed it in one of my videos. But man, that Tulsa, Oklahoma, that whole thing, and then the song, "You Dropped the Bomb on Me." Here, just like Rick James with the Mary Jane. We all thought he was talking about a girl, but he was talking about that ganja, that good stuff, that sticky icky, so many names, pot, weed, whatever you want to call it. And, I would get back to that "You Dropped the Bomb on Me" later on in the video. But that first album, and you were right, man, that first album, Magical Holiday, right here, yes. And as I put in my comment, this is a good album. And this was an album that did not chart, did not do anything. The first two albums didn't do anything for him. So this right here, which started the whole conversation. Okay, gotta throw that up there. Now, this is the second album. Gap Band, Gap Band. Now, Van, when you was talking about, you wonder, did he have any music on smaller labels or whatever? Now, this is actually on a label called Tattoo. Tattoo. And here, it's like that too. It was more than three guys. Here's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys here. Well, 7. I don't know why they ain't got the other guy. That's kind of weird. Here we are talking about racism, and they only got the white guys on the back. Hey, but yeah, but here's a better picture of the band right there. Now, what I'm gonna say about this album had that. This came out Okay, this was 74. This came out 74. Yeah. And this album was recorded at a church called Shelter Church Studios. Yeah, 1974. Yeah. Yeah. And this was recorded at RCA Records. And the label was called Tattoo. This is a promo too. Right there. Now, the commercial success came on the third one. The Gap Band, self-titled. The second one was self-titled too. It just was called Gap Band, the Gap Band, the Gap Band. And here's just the Gap Band. And the commercial success was the first was Shake, and then Open Up Your Mind. That cover's so appropriate. Tongue tied there. Yeah, the Gap Band. Yeah. Then they started numbering them. Right here is Gap Band 2. And this had I Don't Believe That You Want to Get Up and Dance, Oops Upside Your Head. You know that one. They did a remake of The Boys Are Back in Town and Stepping Out. I know were some airplay. This is Gap Band 2, and here they're just showing the 3 there. So I guess the once they got, and that was on both of those was on Mercury. The guy with Mercury. Now this album shot them up into the stratosphere with Burn Rubber on Me, Sweet Caroline's on here, and When I Look in Your Eyes, and Hump It. You know, humping, that took them to that level. Yes, right here. Just show you how old, sometimes you go back where it says also available on 8-track and cassette. So that was 3. I don't know if you got these, Van, but you, the Secretary of Funk, I'm sure you do. Then 4. By that time, it seemed like apparently, at least in the commercial world, they found their groove. They found their groove. Early in the morning, Outstanding. You dropped a bomb on me. Now, when I told you I was going to get back to that, you dropped a bomb on me. If you ever heard the extended version of You Dropped a Bomb on Me, and at the end, what Van talked about, when he said the military was also a part of that, the planes were dropping bombs. An extended version of You Dropped the Bomb, they're actually featuring the sound effects of planes and gunfire in the extended play of You Dropped the Bomb, which is over 13 minutes long. That's 4. Jammin' was the 5th album. Yeah, and Jam to the Mother and Party Train was on this one. Now, it gets a little crazy right here, because that was 5. Now, this fell in the middle of 6. It was not numbered. It's called Strike a Groove. Now, the funny thing about this album, it featured 3 songs off their second album. Then the rest was just music. newer music, I guess. But Not Guilty, Silly Grin, and Knucklehead Funkin' was the 3 cuts that was on the first album. So I don't know what was that about. Now another thing too, I'm sorry, this was Gen Records, JEM, but the label was Passport. You know, they got on Passport Records. So I don't know what happened there. Because then he came back with 6. And this had, you know, Beeper Freak on there. Video Junkie. So I don't know what was going on there. Then, of course, 7. I love they remake of You Got Me Going in Circles. Going in Circles from Fringe of Extinction. They do a good job on it. You Got Me Going in Circles. But by this time, the hits, the luster of the Gap Band was kind of fading. Because I remember I heard Going in Circles, and then after that, you know, the next album, which was 8, that came out, I don't remember hearing too much about 8. You know, being a fan, going to a record store, you know, I snagged it, but as far as radio, you know, but I don't depend on the radio. You know, if I see a band that I'm into and they got a new album out, I'm gonna grab it. And it's Gap Band, Charlie Wilson. You know. Then, you know, every band, it seems like the luster's kind of falling and they're not cranking it out like they used to. They always come out with that, you know, well, this is not a greatest hit. This is the Gap Band 12-inch. Now, this is what I'm talking about. It has that full-length version of You Dropped a Bomb on Me. As it got Party Train, Oops Upside the Head, Burn Rubber, Early in the Morning, you know, outstanding. Then, of course, they came out with Straight from the Heart. I remember Sweeter Than Candy, and of course, Straight from the Heart. And the last thing I got on vinyl of them is the Gap Band Round Trip, and I definitely remember Wednesday Lover. By that time, they out of that cowboy stuff. They looking more like the Time right there on the back. Now, funny thing, this did come out on vinyl. Gap Band Testimony featuring Charlie Wilson. I was on a dig and picked this up, and I thought it was weird. And it doesn't even sound like the Gap Band. Charlie Wilson's doing the lead, but the music is just not there for Charlie Wilson. Then I found out later on, when he came out with his first solo album, well, this is the CD, it was leftover stuff. And he came up with this and called it the Gap Band. Ooh, time is running out. So I'm gonna have to cut this right here. This is my return of the Mack, who is Secretary of Funk. Great guy, love his videos, so knowledgeable, and I'm glad he's back. So I'm your man, DJ Funk, and as always, you're welcome here at the Funk Cafe. And I'm DJ Funk, and I'm out.